Warning! This channel is not intended for those without a sense of humor. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of Dude, and or their special guests. Lazyboys Night cannot be held accountable for how sensitive you are regarding any social beliefs or opinions that happens to be in fashion at the time you are watching this video. If you do not find this video entertaining, then you are taking life way too seriously. If you have a complaint about any episode, please book an appointment with a therapist or get yourself a nice beverage, grab a seat, sit back, relax, and join us for a Lazyboys Night Therapy Thursday. Cheers.
That's Dude.
That's Dude.
And
welcome to Lazyboys Night. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Not a lot of head on this one.
Oh, my God. There's not.
I see the bubbles. It's not a flat beer. It's just, what is this? This is the Toronto Circus Riot Imperial Old Ale by Henderson Brewing Company.
I feel like there's a story behind this.
There is. I'll tell the story after, though.
That's not just a random
This
name.
is a historical thing.
There's
I'll
no way
tell the
that's
story.
a
It's a great
random
story.
name.
I know this one.
Oh, speaking of stories.
Subscribe.
And
Like and share. Do the
like
fawns.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, everybody calm down. Everybody sit
We're
down.
all good.
Grab your favorite bread bar and raise the bar. See you soon.
He's having a stroke.
Two guys talking, saying anything, nothing new to say, talking anyway. Stop yammering, can't hear a thing, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew. Stop talking, try listening, try anything, try whistling. There you go again, saying anything, nothing I can do. So let's have one more brew. One more brew. Let's have one more brew. One more brew.
I don't know what the hell that was.
That was Peter. Was it not?
A very bad drunken Peter. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting.
That's super weird and good at the same time.
It's an old ale. I've never had an old ale before. Imperial. I like it. I can't describe it. All I'm going to say is try this.
Everything in my mouth, I'm going to talk too much about this and I shouldn't. But it's like everything about it I don't like.
But you like.
But everything together I like.
Yeah.
This is like a horrible family that every member of the family you don't like. But when they're together, they make beautiful music, like the Partridge Family.
It's like, no, I was going to say the Bigot Family on Bizarre.
Oh, my God.
So, all right, so real quick.
You know the story for
I
this?
know the story, the Toronto Circus. I read it recently because I have those Uncle John's bathroom readers. You know those books in the bathroom, Uncle John's? And I read this about a month ago. So, true story, I believe it was 1855 in Toronto, touring circus, an American circus. All the clowns go to a brothel, a whorehouse.
Imagery, folks.
Every good story starts with clowns in a brothel. So these clowns go to this brothel, which is often frequented by the local fire department, which is all volunteers. And I don't know what set it off, but the clowns and the firemen got into a fight. And the clowns beat the firemen. So
How's an actual thing?
So in retaliation, the firemen then went to the circus to beat the crap out of the clowns and kind of started a riot at the circus, the Toronto Circus Riot. Now, the police were called. The police, being friends with the fire department, but not wanting to get involved in such a crazy thing, sat by and did nothing. So the militia had to be called in to quell the riot. And as a result, the public outcry were so pissed that the police did nothing. The entire police force was fired down to the last man and rebuilt from scratch, hoping to get policemen who will actually do their job.
Is that why clowns usually dress up as firemen in the shows?
I don't know, but maybe, who knows,
Based
huh?
on the riots.
Anyways, that's the Toronto Circus riot of 1855.
Now you know.
You know what else I want to know? What's in the crappy bowl of mystery? It is a weird beer. I don't like it and love it at the same time.
I know.
Weird.
That's like,
Good.
I'm like developing this really odd relationship with that beer.
Welcome to your Toronto Circus riot years.
I love you and I hate you at the same time.
All right.
I wouldn't say hate. Relax.
I see one that's extra crumpled up. It's like I'm being drawn to
it's
it.
like
Look at this.
super
It looks like
crunchy.
somebody wiped its nose with it.
Crunchy.
It's signed by Mary Jo from the Great White North.
Oh.
What do you think is the best invention ever? Beer.
Next
Actually,
question.
no. All right, we're going to scratch out beer, the wheel, and fire because those are just pretty much obvious.
Okay, can I chime in? Maybe I wanted to talk about fire.
Okay.
You just spoke about the fire department. Everything else that was built up.
And see what happened?
Okay, let's take out the obvious
The obvious
stuff.
beer, wheel, and fire
So, what is the greatest adventure
invention
ever?
of all time.
Holy jeez, man. So you have to pick one.
Yes.
The greatest... Oh, my lord. Okay, can we pause it and
No.
then come back? Do we have to do this live?
Yes, we do. Yes,
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to dude.
He's saying no.
I know. Just,
You're
wow.
thinking?
There's so much.
There are so many. And, you know,
I'll tell you which one I'd like to get rid of. Computers.
I think we had this conversation.
We did. See right here.
I'll tell you what I think the greatest
Was it
invention is.
Techno More? Was the
Something like that.
something like that. Anyways, it's right there. You saw it.
And you're gonna think I'm joking at first, but I actually mean this, even though it'll sound a little crude. Condoms.
Ever.
I'll tell you
In
why.
the history of humanity, dude, we got to change these chairs. It's driving me
No.
nuts. Holy frick, man!
Don't
Seriously,
change the subject.
call Lazyboys now and get freaking other chairs.
I'll tell you why I think the condom is the greatest invention ever.
I feel like you've already thought about this.
No,
you
I'm
were in a
just-
moment at one point. I feel like there was a moment going, "This is the best adventure with this invention
Yeah.
of all time."
I honestly haven't thought about this before, but that's one of the first things.
And
that
I
popped
can't
into
believe
my
I can
mind.
still use it. It's been in my back pocket for 6 years.
There you go. I'll tell you, it just popped into my mind, but here's why.
Okay, go.
I firmly believe that overpopulation. Firmly believe
You firmly believe.
that
Firmly.
overpopulation is a growing concern. In fact, I think it's already there. But I think had it not been for birth control in one form or another, the overpopulation would have occurred a few centuries ago. I mean, the modern condom, of course, is made of latex, but before people used other things. If you don't control the size of the population, you run out of resources for that population.
That's why you have the Hunger Games.
Thank you. But we don't have the Hunger Games yet. Also, it allows you to enjoy a lot of stuff without the pesky little responsibilities that might come up with it at the same time. So
Pesky.
it's like Bob Barker said, right? Have your pet spayed or neutered. You're not going to spay or neuter yourself. What do?
Hey,
Use a
kids.
condom. Control the pet
You're
population.
pesky.
Control the pet population and have a good time doing it. I think condoms
I'm
are the best
daring one
invention
of
ever.
you out there right now. To your next child, call them pesky. You think that's the best one ever?
Off the top of my head, yeah. Well, after beer and the wheel and fire.
We said we weren't going to
Yeah.
talk about that. Wow, the greatest.
Prove me wrong.
Well,
Prove
you.
me
I'm not going
wrong.
to prove you wrong on that. Holy freak! As if
Do you not agree?
I'm not saying it's the best ever. No, there's
Do you not
so
agree that
many
it's a good
other. It is a good one. I'm willing to give you that it's a good one.
There you go.
But I sincerely have no freaking clue how to answer this.
Oh,
I can't.
man.
Wait, give me have a conversation with me while we're
All
trying
right, all right. So why don't we narrow the field for you?
Well, no, it's like, okay, you know what? No, I know. Well,
Okay,
I
I
got
want to hear
it.
this. Good.
The radio.
Okay.
The radio to me is the best because the radio led to other things, but still to this day, if I'm turning we're turning on an actual radio with an antenna that has, batteries at the back. It's self-contained, and I can listen to music and people talk out of this box. It's witchcraft. It's freaking witchcraft. And the fact that they were able to take that same concept and adapt it to television. And then
it was the stepping stone
and everything else for entertainment.
Telecommunications for entertainment.
Everything we do is about
it's
pop.
still
right?
around.
Yeah, so we keep talking about pop culture and everything else, but a lot of it, at some point it was all live. So you had to go to the theater to see musical performers and plays and everything else. But the radio was the first time that they could bring it to you in your house, and entire friends or family could all sit around and listen to the original podcast, but listen to these radio programs.
This is true.
And that evolution, and even today, I mean, you strip everything away, like all electronics completely, all means of communication. You take away everybody's phone in their pocket, just put a freaking hammer to it, get rid of everything else, but you turn on that radio, man. There's that little antenna. You can still get the news. You can still know what the hell's going on. You still get the music. And a lot of people, especially if you're driving in and out of work, how important is that in your life?
The radio is never off in my car.
Radio Gaga, baby. Radio Goo Goo.
I got Bluetooth. If a phone call comes in, I don't have to turn the radio off. It kicks in automatically. The radio does not turn off in my car. It's always set on.
And it's one of those
where needed.
That media. I can't. There's no part of me that I pray to every god of entertainment that there is in the stars. That is one thing that's not going to go away, because the sound of radio play and listening to like your local DJ, local news, and all that fun stuff cannot be replaced. You could have Spotify, you can have satellite radio, you can have all these different things from across the planet, but when you have radio and it's local and it's yours, to me,
the DJ makes all the difference in the world.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's something lacking with Spotify. I mean, my daughter listens to Spotify all the time, and I'm like, you're listening to the songs.
It's like dead music.
When I was a kid, I loved the songs. I didn't care what the DJs had to say. But now, my morning drive in the car, I don't care about the songs. I want to listen to the DJs.
They have stories,
all they're talking about, and they questions, and people phone in and talk about stuff. And I gotta say, I love that
interaction.
Yeah.
And back in the day, radio, most radio stations, but even when it first started off, everything was live, right? So
at first,
you have that immediate connection with somebody else. That's not even, and again, it's freaking witchcraft. I mean, I want us to find like the smartest person you can that can come and explain I know how radio works. How does radio work? Like I can't get the waves.
Thank you, Mr. Marconi.
That is insane to me. So for me, best human invention of all time is the radio.
Now,
you
listen to the radio, turn on a little Barry White, grab a condom.
You'd have the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, baby.
Let's get it on.
All right.
That was actually a fun question.
That was. All right,
so,
well.
Do you remember who's...
It was somebody from the Great White... No, hang on. It's over down here somewhere. Was it this one? Nope.
No. That was another episode.
Dude doesn't sweep.
No, he doesn't.
Sweep.
If you ever have the opportunity, folks, to come and hang out...
It was Joe from the Great White North.
Joe. So if you ever have the opportunity to hang out with us in the Dude Den, because we do have guests that show up.
Occasionally we have live audience in
You
the
do
peanut
have to
gallery.
be invited because dude will have a mental breakdown if he sets everything up and you just show up.
Yes.
But when we do have our special guests, you'll see just how much dude does not pick up. And it is part of his contractual obligation.
This is why you don't see the floor on the picture here.
Yeah, that's because of you.
It's so sticky.
So, sorry, I didn't want to rag on you, but it's fun.
He's like, why are you picking on me?
Just because, okay. Yeah,
We love you, dude. All right.
Anyway.
See you next Thursday.
Okay. See you next time. Cheers.